The idea that money can sway justice is clear in cases where the rich and powerful get different legal treatment, which goes against the idea of fair justice. This is often seen in cases with famous people or big companies. In Korea, these wealthy families are known as chaebol. In Thailand, similar people are called haiso, short for high society. They are usually wealthy, influential, and hold high social status. Many in Thailand believe that haiso people get special treatment in legal matters, often avoiding punishment or getting lighter sentences than ordinary people. So today, let's examine the case of Praewa Ayutthaya. This wealthy individual was involved in a deadly accident, leading to a lot of talk about how wealth affects the justice system. On December 27, 2010, a mere 2 days after Christmas, 16-year-old Orachorn Tepasadin Na Ayutthaya was driving her Honda Civic at high speed in Bangkok, Thailand. This was illegal, as the minimum driving age in Thailand is 18, and she was also dangerously distracted by her phone. As she drove along the Don Muang Highway, Praewa's car collided with a van filled with students and academics from Thammasat University. The van was carrying 14 people, and the force of Praewa's car hitting it from behind caused it to lose control and crash off the highway. This terrible accident resulted in the instant deaths of 4 people, including the van driver. In total, 9 people, mostly university students, tragically lost their lives that day, and the other passengers were seriously injured but survived. Despite the severity of the crash, Praewa's car was the only thing significantly damaged. She herself only sustained minor scratches. Amidst the tragic aftermath, she was seen leaning against her damaged car, unscathed, and texting on her BlackBerry phone while the victims lay around her. The image of Praewa casually texting after causing an accident that claimed 9 lives sparked widespread anger in Thailand. This picture showing her apparent indifference quickly spread through news outlets, igniting public outrage. Many were disturbed by her seeming lack of shock or remorse. Public opinion and speculation were rife. People questioned her decision to drive underage and her reckless behavior. There was no alcohol involved, but the fact that Praewa was texting while driving and not paying attention to the road fueled further criticism. Some even speculated that she was contacting her parents about getting a lawyer. The public clamored for justice, but were disheartened when she received a suspended 3-year prison sentence due to her cooperation with the investigation. This led to accusations that her wealthy and influential family background influenced the court's leniency. Praewa's family, the Tepasadin clan, has a long-standing history of influence, dating back over 200 years, with connections to the Thai royal family. This prestigious background raised suspicions that the family's status and contributions to the country played a role in the court's decision to mitigate her punishment. At the time of Praewa Ayutthaya's accident, the Tepasadin clan, her family, consisted of about 200 families. Following the incident and the perceived injustice of Praewa's actions, the clan faced negative scrutiny from the Thai public. A representative of the Tepasadin Na Ayutthaya clan pleaded with the public not to blame the entire clan for Praewa's mistake, emphasizing that Praewa did not attempt to escape justice. Regarding her punishment, Praewa avoided jail time. Instead, she was required to complete 48 hours of community service annually for 4 years and was prohibited from driving until the age of 25. Additionally, she was ordered to pay compensation to the victims, initially demanded at 100 million Thai baht. However, the compensation settlement process became controversial. Praewa's representatives negotiated aggressively to lower the amount from the requested 100 million baht to 19.8 million baht, as if they were haggling over vegetable prices at a market. The victims' families, left with little choice, accepted the reduced sum. Each victim was to receive compensation ranging from approximately 80,000 to 1.4 million baht per person. Praewa Ayutthaya and her family showed a lack of responsibility in fulfilling the punishment for her involvement in the tragic accident. Praewa was required to complete 138 hours of community service over 4 years, but she failed to report this to the authorities, claiming she didn't understand the rule. Consequently, she had to restart her community service in June 2016, working 6 hours a day at Sinoi Hospital under probation officer supervision. Meanwhile, the victims and their families struggled to receive the compensation they were promised. Their pleas and protests seemed to be ignored. The victims sought legal assistance, considering asset seizure, but received no response from Praewa's family. Moreover, Praewa rarely appeared in court, and when she did, she remained silent, showing no remorse. The family's approach in court was perceived as disrespectful by the victims, who felt looked down upon. A relative of one of the victims commented on the cunning nature of Praewa's legal team, noting their lack of apology or visible regret. For 9 years, the victims waited in silence for their due compensation, but it never arrived. This inaction by Praewa and her family led to increasing frustration among the victims. The court's decisions seemed to be treated as mere words, not actions. The victims felt that if they wanted the compensation they were owed, they would have to continue fighting for it, a sentiment that was emotionally taxing for them. A victim of the crash, Warunyu Kechu, shared his experience, highlighting the insincerity of Praewa Ayutthaya and her family. Warunyu, who survived the crash, spent 2 months in the hospital for his injuries and had to bear the expenses himself, despite the accident not being his fault. In a 2019 Twitter thread, he narrated his long wait for compensation and accountability from Praewa. He mentioned that Praewa, accompanied by her mother, visited him in the hospital. During this visit, Praewa's mother did most of the talking. She prompted her daughter to apologize to him, which was the only time Praewa spoke. They then offered him desserts and took a photo with him. He learned from a nurse that Praewa had actually walked into the hospital but had requested a wheelchair before meeting him. This act, seemingly to garner sympathy, was met with anger and disbelief by netizens who read his account. Furthermore, when Praewa turned 21, her legal team attempted to appeal, but the court rejected it. The ongoing legal battles and the lack of accountability from Praewa's side reopened old wounds for the victims and their families. They expressed respect for the court's decisions, but remained deeply frustrated by the lack of genuine accountability and closure. Praewa Ayutthaya hasn't disappeared from the public eye. Despite the tragedy she caused, she's been living a good life, but more privately. According to news reports that cited legal documents, Praewa changed her name twice, first from Orachorn to Babucha, and then after marrying a former member of the National Legislative Assembly to Rawinbiron Arunvongse. She's been able to maintain a secure and comfortable lifestyle. In a 2019 interview, it was revealed that Praewa had divorced, though the timeline remains unclear. There were rumors of her joining the Ministry of Defense, but officials clarified that she failed the examination. Praewa has remained silent about the accident, offering no public apology or gesture of goodwill towards the victims, beyond a formal sorry. The victims, on the other hand, continue to bear the physical and emotional scars of the incident. They lack the resources and influence that Praewa's family possesses, raising questions about the fairness of justice. Their suffering, compounded by the loss of loved ones and injuries, is made worse by the feeling that justice was denied to them due to the power dynamics at play. The incident and its aftermath have been a subject of heated discussion on social media. People used the hashtag Praewa9bodies to highlight the victim's suffering and the perceived lack of accountability from Praewa and her family. A 2019 article from Nation Thailand revealed a crucial development in the case. The article stated that Praewa's family planned to submit the compensation to the civil court by August 6th, narrowly before the set deadline. The compensation has ballooned to an astonishing 42.6 million baht. This increase was due to an accumulated interest since 2010 and additional fees. The timing was critical. The deadline for the payment was August 28th, and failure to meet it could have resulted in significant financial consequences for Praewa's family. After the victims protested the delayed compensation, the court ordered that the execution department could auction off the family's assets to ensure that the victim's family received their dues within 6 months. As of August 8, 2019, the case had been concluded as the compensation has been fully paid. The case of Praewa Ayutthaya continues to generate debate, particularly regarding the adequacy of the punishment she received. The case serves as a somber reminder of the importance of responsible driving and the far-reaching impacts our actions can have. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.